What are we doing?
We are trying to play some Dungeons and Dragons. Hello, everybody. Welcome to a Critically Average Adventure. And welcome for this very long delayed game of Fragments. It's a D&D 5e campaign I'm playing with my friends, and these are my friends. And it's been a long while, but we have not, through fire, flood, and impact damage, been able to play for various reasons. But we're here today, and we can. And where we left our heroes was actually about to board in the morn a tunneling worm that was going to take them across the desert, the half expanse, to their destination of the dead city of Jakarta. However, in payment/discount, the kindly goblin Spin, train master, train manager, concierge, if you like, has offered you a discount for strong-arming his mission of mercy back to the forest of Gargamel, and protecting it from a group of worm terrorists, we'll call them, the Algaric Conclave.
Popeye, stop licking the dog bed. You don't need it wet, you just need to lay down on it, mate.
The worm had already been wounded and survived its way here, but it was getting gradually worse. The attack's getting more extreme. And Spinner said this is going to be his last trip to Gargamel. And where we left it was Erwin and Spin were going to watch the worm. Jax and Glunk, the pilot, driver, tamer, handler of the worm, we're going to kind of share some moments and talk about worms, even though Glunk has got a metal plate bolted across his face and eyes. You, Killian Norn.
Charlie promised me dinner.
Charlie promised you dinner. Exactly. Charlie had promised to take you out on the town, just like old times, he'd said. And said, "It's on me, Killian. It means I'm paying." And you dragged him into the busying streets while Worm is resting after having some healing from Charles's magic. Mm-hmm. Where should we start? Should we start on the worm or in the town?
On the worm, probably a good idea. Because if we're starting the town, it'll be me trying to figure out a way if I can not actually ride on the worm. So let's start on the worm.
So on the worm, sun goes dipping down across the deserts, and you kind of see it have a strange effect as it dips below the horizon line. It almost has like a. It looks like there's a point stabbing up into it as you watch the sun going down. Everybody, from the back of the worm.
What's that?
That's the sun.
Hey, what's that? On the horizon, next to the sun. It's like a pyramid.
Mountain.
Very pointy mountain. How even is it? Is it literally perfectly triangular almost?
It's got that rough, weird heat hazy distortion thing going on with the heat from the desert. And Spin turns to you and says, "That is Tange, one of the three teeth, the tallest of the three."
It's a mountain.
A mountain, yes, indeed. It sometimes has a strange visual effect when the sun sets. From various points you can see it. You have to be at the right angle, of course, and we just so happen to be today. How's she doing, Glunk? Glunk kind of turns towards Spin and makes a few kind of slight hand gestures, as if communicating, as if speaking, and feeling all right. We'll need an evening's rest, though.
Erwin?
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Join us into Erwin chat.
Certainly. Yes. I can hear your thoughts.
There you go. That might be easier.
Oh. 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 That's odd.
Hello.
Hello. Hello.
He said hello.
I just thought that might help with communication, and you don't have to then wiggle your hands, and you can do some other stuff.
It's quite all right. Glunk and I work quite well together, don't we, Glunk?
But we don't speak finger wiggle.
Neither do I most of the time. I communicate telepathically with him on a similar method as this.
Are you a soul knife?
One of the tricks I've picked up along the way. Not a dedicated path as such, but a talent.
I'm extremely impressed. Not an easy path to pick up. Certainly not one if you don't dedicate yourself to it. Wow, I'm impressed.
Could be called a defect at birth, maybe. Something I've always been able to do.
Oh,
Hence my association with Glunk here. And the circus, of course. It's very useful being able to put a voice in someone's head when they're on the ghost train, or spook someone out at a psychic medium performance.
I see. I used my powers once to intimidate an entire tribe of hobgoblins.
You did?
Mm-hmm.
That's
Yes.
it. What a devilish little trick. But
Well, they were insulting my friends. I don't tend to abuse it. So
no, you don't seem the type. I used mine for profit and barter, and then ended up in a bit of a dead-end situation when making certain deals that are no longer binding, shall we say.
we all have little paths, do we not? Or little stories.
It's strange, the path that we walk, indeed, and many routes can be traced back, and some that we'd rather not walk again.
Well, it may this wonderful place of sand and heat may be what everyone else calls home. For me, I'll be glad to see the back end of it. I like the snow and the ice. This is a little much.
Yes, it did take some time to adjust one's subterranean nature to the warmer climates, for sure. But a lot of the time we are aboard the worm, and it is quite well regulated beneath the ground, the temperature.
So, does the worm leave big giant tunnels everywhere?
This worm, no.
So, like they fall in behind.
Indeed, it does.
Oh, that must be quite interesting to see.
Has a very particular back end. You see, it's almost like a fanned out tail that kind of scrapes along behind it.
So I'm looking at it I'm now fascinated and suddenly realise I'm on a purple worm. I'm not fascinated anymore, I'm still scared.
Mind the worm. I'm interested in the worm. I'm not sure about speaking like this, but yes, it's a bit different. I've not spoken to anyone other than Spin for a long time.
Is that through choice?
Through necessity.
So does the metal plate look like it's like sort of a reconstructive type thing, or a punishment-y type thing, or what?
It looks drilled into his very bones.
Yee. Yee.
You get used to it.
Bet it's good for headbutting people.
Very, very good. I was a guard at the circus.
And they're the ones that put the metal plate on your face?
No, they found me.
With the metal plate on your face.
Yeah.
So do you know who put the metal plate on your face?
I only remember after I had the metal plate on my face. I think one of the screws might be very deep.
Mhm.
You ever tried to take it off?
Sorry.
Have you
Looking
ever
at Killian on, who's chewing the bottom lip completely off her jaw.
have you ever tried to take the plate off?
No. Yeah, I tried out moving a couple of the screws before. I didn't like it.
Oh, well, you don't want to
Is
screw
it-
loose, do you?
No, heaven forbid.
Are we all good to leave in the morning?
Yeah, she's healing up all right.
Well, I'm
Okay.
sure we can ask Charlie to give us some more healing in the morning.
Yeah, he's good, that feather man.
Yes, he has saved us many a time.
You're very lucky. Very
Well,
lucky.
Melora, he can like recruit you because he's like sort of all about the church and things.
I don't hold much with churches.
Well, we burnt down at least one.
I wouldn't go that far.
Looking at
The priesty person there was a pudding person.
A what?
here we go.
So he had a bit of pink space crystal stuck in his neck and inside turned into a giant octopus squid thing that was wearing the outside as a suit. And
We had
No, Gluck.
Oh, suddenly turning very interested.
if you have one, did you squeeze them and they pop and they burst out the skin and they're all big and tentacly?
He has nightmares.
That doesn't sound like a nightmare.
They're like real and they're bad, and if you find them, you generally need to go. And they have the more symbol.
Who's got an insight? What's your passive?
My passive insight. Oh, that's going to be bad. 10. I am not wise.
I've got a passive insight of 11.
All right, let me give a roll. We'll see how well we're doing here.
I mean, if you want perception or investigation, I'm your goblin. But wisdom?
You both see, because I rolled terribly, of course.
Of course. And we love you for it.
Beads of sweat appearing on Spin's head instantaneously, and the patter of his voice speeds up even more so.
Spin, hang on a sec. There's a test. So do you want me to show you the test? And then I'm going to grab Spin and give him a pudding person squeeze and have a look at his neck.
I'm not going to make you roll. He's a goblin. he's pretty easy for you to grab and squeeze. Spin, you feel something possibly about to dislocate, but this is completely natural when you've been squeezed that hard.
And I'll explain what I'm doing to Gunk. And right, it's like you get hold of them and you give them a squeeze. And if they're like a pudding person, they don't have the bones. You see the bones, you can feel the bones.
You squeeze it, you can see it coming out of the skin.
And
This is a shoulder blade.
And they're all squidgy, hence the pudding person. And it's like a person filled with pudding. And then they pop and then big tentacly things come out.
Put me down.
And then we kill him.
And then we
But Jax,
kill
you can put him down. I think
Okay.
Maybe we should test the new chef then.
You've got a chef. We can test the chef. You didn't say, because like Charlie and Killian went into town to find food. If you've got a chef, then like they could have stayed and had like dinner with your chef.
I think that's what sold me on coming on board the Purple Worm, is they had to have a bar. I think I'm going to need to
Well,
be
because
drunk.
like the last one did that, didn't they, Spin?
What, they popped into a big octopusy tentacly thing?
He rolls it. Spin rolls his eyes.
like dice.
We may have had an incident with Lenny, the chef.
Not Lenny.
Yes, Lenny.
And what exactly did this incident do or be?
Lenny had murdered someone aboard. A passenger.
I'm sorry to hear that.
It was actually quite helpful that he murdered that passenger, as they were a hidden member of the Algaric Conclave, which we were quite pleased about.
Oh,
What we,
well,
weren't,
enemy of my enemy and all that. Yeah, fair enough.
what we weren't quite so pleased about is when Lenny decided to explode and become a four-armed tentacle beast and start trying to murder the rest of the passengers.
Yeah, they don't like to be spotted. They tend to like to get rid of their witnesses.
We were ever so lucky. There was a few travellers aboard that were well armed. They took this creature out and
Was this going to or from the forest?
on the way to Gargamel, we dropped them on the borders.
On the way to Gargamel. Oh, that's disturbing. But at least they didn't get there, which is good.
But then how many did get through the work? We're putting people who've already been going.
Well, we can't know that,
no.
can we? We can't check every human. We can't check every person on the route.
But the more people tell about the tests, the more tests happen, and then the more likely we are to find pudding people.
We are adventurers looking to put an end to the more.
Maybe you could test them, then trace them. I wonder if that would be effective. Like
No.
test and trace.
Well,
No,
test and tracking. That's kind of what we're doing. Although more tracking than testing, then more tracking.
Where did Lenny
Testing.
get his job?
sorry, child interlude.
Child into.
Child interlude over. Yeah, so yeah, you're sitting on the worm, the sun's setting, talking about the worm. You find out Lenny was a pudding person.
Mm-hmm.
Where did Lenny come from? When did he like join you?
When we were circling near Drosk.
So there's putting people in Drosk.
That's not surprising. All money goes to Drosk.
That's what they say.
And they're putting people like power.
And money can be quite equatable with power.
They often go hand in hand.
I thought you said that they go after like lords and stuff. He's like
That's also power. Have you ever seen a poor lord?
I've seen some piss poor lords. Does that count?
I've seen some bad lords. Yes, most of them aren't great. Could they have power? Why do they need to care?
And I've seen some bad guards. Like there have been some really bad guards.
Yeah, but bad guys tend not to be poor either. On the take and all that. Yes, money is the be-all and end-all of power. You need it to have power, and also, once you have power, you gain more money. They kind of go hand in hand. They circle each other like
I don't
vultures.
know. We got like power. We can like sort of, you know, punch people and stab people and set them on fire and things.
But we can't order people around to do that for us. Real power is not actually what we do. I summon daggers out of my into my hands. This disappear again. This is personal power. And that can be important. I mean, it is to us. And we can group together and be more effective being in a group. But a single individual, a single lord, their family have learned ways of getting other people to do all that for them. And they still gain all the benefit. That's true power. That's the power of the people. That's the power of belief. That's the power they can't buy.
I thought you said they needed money for that.
Money comes to them once they have it.
But then,
Use money isn't the wealth. Money is I trade good.
yeah, but that didn't help Thackelbrow.
It didn't. And that's the fallacy of power. Personal power allows you to be strong. In York society, the one who takes power is the one who's in charge, right? It's an honest way of doing government. I appreciate that. But it's just not the way things are normally done. And any king is not that powerful. But a king commands respect so much stronger than themselves that they can start wars, conquer whole kingdoms with but a word. We can't do that. We could kill a king. They're not that strong. But there would be consequences, massive consequences for doing so.
Well, the
Power's funny.
the king that I met was all right. He was definitely better than his son, who was a bit weird.
He put up with us very, very well.
You
Yes.
know him.
Oh, we helped him a lot. That's also why he put up with us. But also, I think he's probably glad we're not there anymore. Anyway, sorry
yeah,
about that.
happy to pick it up.
I have my little soapbox. I have a thing about social structure. I come from an orphanage. Power
Everyone
can be.
have an interest, I suppose.
Yes, I do. Anyway,
No, you're non.
What?
You're on your date with Charlie.
yeah. Sorry, right? Yeah, carry on. Got me on a soapbox there.
It's going well.
It's not a date.
It's going so well.
Oh, Jesus.
Charlie has
He's in
adorned
prison.
the eyeball hat,
Yes, mate.
Melora's eye hat. He is several tankards in
Good.
already.
Good.
God.
He has ordered you. What has he ordered you? Because he said he paid. What is the feast before you leave Port Tantalin? Famous fishing and importing area from canoes.
Aye.
Steak.
Steak.
What?
Swordfish steaks, gigantic, plate-filling swordfish steaks.
What?
Mm-hmm.
We're talking what? Thick.
Yeah, they come, these steaks. They're filled with little like cocktail sticks, and a top of each cocktail stick is a prawn topped with a winkle.
I love that word. Say it again.
Winkle.
That's the way you say it, winkle.
You are so from the West Country. Sweet.
Say it again.
Winkle. Shut up. Says we got a load of winkles here, we love. Winkle. There you go. Yeah, and there's there's an array of exotic fruit, like kind of. They're different fruits than you've seen before. They look like slices of almost like passion fruit, like tucked underneath. A little bit sharp, a little bit of salt from the meat, then the seafoodiness.
And potatoes.
Potatoes, yeah, the potatoes come. They are purple. A purple potato, like not a sweet
Nice.
potato, but just a purple skinned potato. So the outside has kind of gone crisp and blackened around the edge. They've been done in like a fire pit or something like that, and then soft and fresh on the inside.
Wait,
And as you squeeze them, they drench the butter in. It sinks deep inside them.
it's like where you just like run a knife lightly around the outside like that.
Oh yeah,
Take the top off and you can just squeeze it. It's like,
yeah. It's basically a push pop in a potato form.
mate, that is my heaven.
What if you could have frozen push pop?
No, like a push pop in potato. Well,
Yeah, well, that's the
Can we try and do that one?
No,
Why not?
no. Just don't even think about it. So, what? How does the discussion go with Charlie? What are you talking about?
I'm just letting the madman ramble. Because he clearly wanted. He knows what Killian's like.
Yeah.
So he clearly needed to say some things, but didn't have the confidence to say them without.
Drink.
Yeah. So, yeah, Killian will just be letting the madman ramble.
Oh, so you're like the listening ear for Charlie's woes.
Yes, but acting like he isn't fully listening, but he is.
Okay. So Charles's conversation circles around
I'm so fluffy.
like this.
Go on.
Well, I didn't know quite what to do with myself when I couldn't feel it. I just could not push it out. And then I could, and then it wasn't, and then it was, but then it was something else. Do you know what I mean?
No. What are you talking
You had the problem too, where you couldn't, magic properly. Correctly. Trying to see what it was for you.
about?
And what does it feel like now? I mean, is it all resolved now?
So.
You feel a writhing in your gut. Yeah, it burrows deeper. Little maggot boy. Yeah, it just makes that sound. Like your stomach literally makes that sound. Goes,
More food, Killian. Please help yourself to more tuna steaks.
yeah, and you're just consuming and eating.
Do you think this is the best course of action to go along with this spin fellow?
Yes. Don't ask me why.
Do you hope that maybe our nearness to Gargamel might mean we see our old friend, Serial?
Hadn't crossed my mind.
Oh, okay. I thought of her as soon as the name of the forest was mentioned. I hope that she got out. I really do. I hope that whatever's happening there with the bubble stuff that we heard about hasn't subsumed her as well. Anyway, eat up, Killian. Your stomach's rumbling again. I'll just have myself another drink.
And Charles and Killian feast and drink into the evening and fall asleep at the tavern.
Albert, what's happening?
Yes, we have rooms.
I was going to ask. Because obviously we were there when the people were getting off the work.
Yes.
Do I recognise anybody in the tavern that got off the work?
Yeah, there's a few. There's definitely elven type that don't look like workers in the town, or they very much look like holiday makers. They look out of place. Their garb is not of this place.
Okay.
simple. The main garb is kind of simple white, kind of cotton light shirts. It's very hot here. Like maybe like a leather jacket, like a leather sleeveless kind of thing. Cut off brown sort of shorts or very dull colours. These are more like in greens and silks and things.
What was that?
Blue stripy deck chairs.
Oh yeah, there's a few,
I was
deck
expecting
chairs.
like when the English go abroad and they all have the Hawaiian shirts and the brightly coloured patterned shorts.
Elves don't wear Hawaiian shirts.
No, we're talking like that
I
kind
do
of.
now.
It's
You can-
canon now. All elves on holiday, Hawaiian shirts,
Hey,
Bermuda trunks.
I did find that Hawaiian shirt that was goblins. You
Oh.
can't. Yeah. Yeah.
He's still thinking about it.
Kind of
He'll
want that
come.
now.
Do it.
I want that.
The thing is, we're the worst people to find shit like that. Anyway,
Yeah.
but like that, it's that kind of level. Like you can.
Yeah,
spot the
there is. Yeah,
tourist
yeah. You
smile
can
on.
see the. There's also kind of. They also look haggard. You know, like there's a tiredness that hangs over them.
Almost like jet lag.
Yeah, that kind of thing. Like, and there's a hurriedness about their actions, and maybe a redness around the eyes.
Okay, can I approach them?
Oh yes, Killian, you go and get me another. That will be fun. Fantastic, Killian! Oh, yes.
And he's like into his food and into his ale.
It's like I don't want to leave Charlie alone with my food though, so I take it with me.
Okay, yeah, you take your steaks over to the elf stable.
Just like, because I know they will end up on the floor. And I'm like, not wasting.
Hello, Dragonborn.
You came here on the worm, right?
Yes, we travelled on the underground.
Okay. What's it like?
It's the first time I've ever travelled out of Gargamel myself. It was efficient. There was a little bit of trouble, I understand, along some of the way. We surfaced for a time, and then back beneath, there's a sort of coolness about it, and then the rumbling outside. You can hear the ground move past the carriages, etc. But it's a most seemingly easy mode of transport.
Transport. Sorry, that's why you said it.
Wow.
They blink their green eyes at you.
Oh no, that was me talking to you, not Killian to the elves.
I blink my blue eyes at you.
Transport. What kind of trouble?
There was well, they said there was some sort of something happened below the ground, and then the worm had to surface, and it was then there was a lot of commotion outside, and then seemingly we could go about our way, and you could see that there was you could feel the temperature increase as we went above ground in the carriages, but we didn't look out. We were told to keep the carriages shut when we're below ground, the window shutters.
So you don't know what happened?
No. I'm just trying to move my family along. I want for very little trouble. I don't want to cause a fuss.
Okay. I'll leave you to it. Is there anyone else that came on the worm in there? I'm going to go and ask them the same kind of thing.
There are various groups. They
Do any of them know what shit happened on the worm?
no, they were all inside the carriages. None of them went outside the carriages during the incident. We'll call it the incident.
Incident.
Yeah, no one went outside.
Wormy. Okay. Okay, that's fine then. Oh yeah. If no one knows, so then that's fine.
No, there's no one here that you think knows it out. That you think none of the passengers know.
Birds.
Yeah, none of the passengers know of what happened outside.
Okay. Do you need eye drops?
Why?
Yeah, eyes look very red. and
This one is a
dry.
bit itchy, yeah. Go on.
Yeah, okay, that's fine then. I'll leave it there. Oh, we'll go back to Charles
Okay.
with a drink in hand, because
Ah.
he'll shoot me otherwise.
That is my dragonborn. That's the kind of dragonborn I like. That is very good.
And you finish the evening off like this, listening to Charlie ramble on about
Get more and more
no.
sozzled.
and morning cometh, dawneth rise. Oh, you did have a job to do actually.
Sorry, the dog's snoring to make me yawn. Go on, what was that?
One of you was supposed to go and tell Tamzinth. That you
Oh,
wanted
that was Charlie, and he's done it. He got money back, which is weird.
Yeah.
Did Charlie do it?
Yeah, he even got money back, which was weird because I
How
didn't
was
expect him to do
you paying for lunch or dinner?
I thought
Get the moth.
there is a moth. Where is it?
It's
Oh
still here.
gosh.
I asked him to make abject apologies that we would probably go get somewhere else, blah 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 blah. I actually say keep the money and came back with money back. I was like, oh, cool.
It's a full refund.
What we should have done is sent him the other way around the other loop and then tracker thing, and we could have just paid him to go around the loop.
Yeah, we should have. Yeah, should have, could have, would have.
New shirt for Killian. What's this?
I just really love presents.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
The morning cometh, and there are a few passengers that are also building onto the worm carriages.
I'm gonna ask Spin.
Spinner's
So-
a goblin.
What you do is when you take the ticket, just give them a squeeze, and then you can make sure they're not pudding people.
Well, here, I have a better idea. Before they board, put this on.
It gives you a little kind of conductor's hat.
Okay.
You take their tickets. You seem to be an expert in testing these people. Would you do the meet and greet? And I'll show them to their seats on board.
That
Okay.
is an excellent idea.
People start walking up the slope.
Have you got your tickets? Get your tickets ready.
The first person walks up.
So basically, the plan is when they hold out the ticket, I'm going to grab their whole hand in a meaty hand and pull them in and give them a hug, and then I'll take the ticket.
Welcome aboard. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Next, welcome aboard. Everyone gets a free hug, whether they like it or not.
Yeah, everybody's boarded and hugged and squeezed and squashed.
I'm going to watch just because this is hilarious.
Yeah,
I'll just take the tickets. I'll take the tickets off of him afterwards and just
There's
put them in
a human man, and he kind of walks up the slope towards you, and he's just kind of rummaging in his pocket. And as soon as he pulls his ticket out, Jack's in the arm and like, done. And he's like, oh, gosh.
just screaming into your biceps, screaming into your biceps. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, good morning to you too. Service like this, yeah. Well, what a welcome. What a welcome, man. Yeah, thank you. And he kind of gets onto the carriage. There's several passengers that get on, and none of them appear to be puddingy. No.
Okay. I mean, so proportionately? I mean, are we riding like 5% full, 50% full? How full is this?
It is a low percentage. So the carriage has kind of got booth to each person, really, and there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 booths in this thing. So your little gang might sit together.
Any of the people I squeezed and things armed?
When you squeezed the human male, he had a dagger upon him. You kind of could feel that beneath his cloak. There was a young woman, and she had with her a staff, and it appeared to be possibly
Wizardy.
a little bit too sturdy to just be a walking cane.
As in hit someone with, or wiggle your fingers and cast spells with?
You're not sure. You can make an Arcana check if you want.
Go on then, let's do that. 'Cause I'm great at them. Arcana +0. 14, double digits.
Nice.
It's strange. It seems to, when you touch her, she has her ticket in this hand, and when she hands you the ticket, you put your hand on the hand with the ticket and bring her close. When it's against your body, the stick, it feels kind of like a cold static about it. And you kind of glimmer that sense of arcaneness about it. There's something magical about this item.
Okay. Are they all human?
They are a Dragon Ball. They are a blue Dragon Ball.
Blue.
Ooh.
But then that may be them because they're all
My ears perk up.
they're all lightningy, so they may be. I'll ask Killian about it when we start traveling. You know, because like Killian gets all frosty and stuff. So maybe blue ones get like staticky.
Lightningy.
And they don't have hair, so it doesn't stand up on end, so you can't see.
Where are you, Owen, while you're watching this squidging?
I'm literally sat on whatever's perchable nearby, probably taking paper tickets off of Jack. So he's like grabbing the arm, giving him a squeeze, and just passing me the ticket afterwards so he can get the next one. I just got a little pouch and just pop them in. Being unobtrusive and just observing, watching everyone come on, you know.
You hear the voices up from beyond of inside the carriages of Spin, kind of showing people to say, yes, please come sit down. Wonderful, take a seat here. The trolley will be along in a moment with refreshments for you as soon as we begin our journey. So we're just waiting for a few last passengers, and we shall be on our way. Killian?
Yeah.
How do you get Charlie
From the tavern to the worm?
with the worst hangover
He
from the tavern to the worm?
Mate, I carry that boy.
finds
himself all of a sudden on
my back.
What, piggyback over the shoulder?
Your piggyback?
Piggyback Charlie.
Yeah, because I don't want his bum in my face.
That's totally fair.
But also, I'm thinking I'm quite cold. That'll wake him up.
Or keep him asleep. It's very warm out here. That actually might be nice. It's like aircon.
You're the cold pillow.
Yeah.
It'll be
That's
like
cool.
a sudden shock to him. All right.
So what do you like? Flip his cover back?
Oh, mate, it's not even, I'm not even that nice about it. Literally, toe out the bed.
Oh God, my head.
Grab like here,
He's laying on the floor, like rolling his head. Oh, my
kind of like
head.
swinging round me, like wake him in. So he's like pressed up against my back, and it is freezing.
It appears Charlie has slept mostly, is naked. He's all
Oh.
feathers. His feathery body pushes up against you, and even through his feathery underside, bedraggled in a sheet, kind of half like togered,
Yeah.
you run through the streets of Tantalib with him upon your
but
belt.
like I've grabbed his stuff.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
not gonna let him wander around naked. Like only because none of us want to see that.
Oh, you don't do the streets through the streets of Tantalib with a naked Charlie on your back.
Oh no, I've got his stuff in my hand.
Yeah. But you travelled to the one with him naked.
Yeah.
You get a lot of jeers and laughs and claps and applauds, and it's almost like you're some sort of procession. Little kids start chasing after you through the streets, with like cheering and then like waving banners and like they've got flags from somewhere, and there's people like going hey, like and clapping to go along and joining through, and you run up the steps to the worm and onto the worm, and Jax is there and says, "Tickets, please." I guess. What do you say, Jack?
You're running late. We're supposed to be leaving.
I just turn around and drop Charlie on his phone in front of Jack. And I go,
You
and I'm
broke
like,
him.
blame him. And I
You
just
broke him.
Is he still wearing his eye hat?
Yeah, that is the only thing he went
Oh,
to bed in.
not even got it on properly. It's like,
Oh yeah, but it is the only item of clothing he went to bed in.
yeah.
But he's gone back to sleep. It's like the fast off.
I didn't break him.
Here you go, Charlie. Drink this. It'll make you feel better.
Oh,
What random bottle do you give him?
I'm going to give Charlie.
I know what it is.
Do you know what it is?
I think it's going to be that stuff that they got from the when we were traveling in the ice.
Mystery Halfling Brew.
Yay, the Misty Halfling Blue.
Chill out because they seem kind of relaxed and chill. So
And giving them more energy. It's like
give them-
caffeine and a sedative at the same time. Yeah.
Thank you, Jackson. That tastes foul. I don't feel very well.
well, looking at the carriagey things, there's like no window you can poke your head out and throw up, is there?
No.
It just goes underground. You don't want a window.
So
You do remember, Jax, that there is the stables.
Which is hilarious. There'll be a poop box, essentially.
are we ready to go? Because there's enough seats that you can have your own bench.
Forever ready. Forever ready.
I will slip under his arm, and I am small, and somehow drag his sorry ass.
You slip under his arm, and then I'll just lift him up by his shoulder.
I am carried along with him because basically I'm now basically an armpit warmer.
Yeah, the smell of post drinking Aarakocra fills your nostrils. Whatever that smells like the bottom of a bird cage mixed with Guinness.
Oh wow! What ammonia and Guinness! What a combination! Oh.
And I will
I
sort of
wriggle free and basically pass out somewhere.
Yeah,
will
it's
find one of the booths.
sharp to say the least.
I will find a booth and park Charlie with his sheet in that, and then I will sort of go to spin and say we're ready. That's it, I think.
He goes on, seals the doors.
I will appear with Charlie's bag and
Mhm.
put it down next to him.
The other passengers look a little bit agog at the naked Aarakocra.
Don't mind me. Weird shirts.
And yeah. So is there multiple carriages?
They're off port.
And then the stable carriage.
And
or
I assume they're interconnected.
one of them?
Stable, passenger,
Food.
food. Oh no, 5. Sorry. Stables is at
Did
the
you
back.
forget about food?
No, I didn't forget. That.
Somewhere.
Stables, passengers, food,
Yeah.
staff compartment with bunks and stuff, and drive train, like engine room type thing, like steering area, piloting deck, if you want to call it.
Yeah.
Can I have one quick lap around the big wormy thing to see if there's any bulges under scales?
Ah, yes.
If there's any,
Bulges under scales, because like they were trying to sneak it under one of the scales. So I just want to see if there's any obvious bulges around scales.
are you going to do a once over of the worm?
Yeah.
There doesn't appear to be at the moment
Okay.
anything like that. When you're doing your once over around the thing, you come to the kitchen area, and you kind of hear a clanking and kind of the sounds of preparation of cooking and glasses and cutlery.
I might stop there on the way back and see if they'll do like a fry up, like the greasiest meal they can put together.
And serve up your boy.
And basically, yeah, give Charlie some breakfast. You know, birds want to eat first thing in the morning. You know, fried eggs.
You make your way forward to the front carriage, and signal to Spin that all is ready, and Lunk puts his feet, slides a panel back that's in the kind of floor of one of the carriages, takes a seat, places his feet through this hole, and you can see
Flintstone style.
Sorry?
Flintstone style.
There is there's worm flesh beneath it, and he places his feet, and you just see his dexterous appendage toes just kind of gently start massaging the worm, and you feel this kind of little lurch, and it starts off, and he just gently moves and gives a couple of tests like turns as you pull away from the station, and then he kind of tilts his feet down like this as you're watching, and down the worm goes, and you start hearing this kind of rumbling, everybody, and there's a little bit of kind of turbulence.
Oh God!
You sink below the ground.
Oh God!
Oh,
Oh
God.
God! Oh God!
Oh God! Are we going to hell?
Now between you and like Melora, I got you some breakfast.
Oh, I think she's abandoned me this morning.
Wrap your beak around these. And I'll
What's
give it
Is there eggs on it or not?
Yeah, I like it was a sort of a full-on fry-up.
Here, have some of your children. We killed them and fried them.
Hey, birds are one of the worst things.
Oh yeah, no. Chickens are great. You can put a chicken egg on the ground. No one touch it. You break it, and they're like vultures. And
yeah.
Whoa!
He starts he's gingerly picking at this breakfast and starts gradually sobering up,
Terrifying.
but also looking at the breakfast where there's 2 eggs and a slice of bacon like this.
Jackson,
Yeah.
why is my breakfast smiling at me?
It's happy.
I love that it's happy.
I can make it sad if you want.
No.
I'm sure, and I'm gonna get like sort of half of the thingy, and like so I'll have half of it in a smile and half of it in a sad face.
Oh,
Sure.
I was confused.
what a troubled thing. What ails you?
Can I get his knife and fork and hack into one of the eggs?
Oh no! My dear friend!
So the yolk goes.
Yeah, and he's like trying to scoop the thing back into the egg. His hands are covered in.
Oh my gosh! My hands are melting!
My God, you really have broken our priest. Well done, Killian. Well done. I've never seen him like this.
Well, like the halfling drink was supposed to like come, like you saw them all on watch. They were really calm.
Wait, you gave him a halfling drink? That's
Yeah.
like pure poison.
It's not. It's like calming juice.
Does that look calm?
That was what he did with Killian the night before. That's nothing to do with me.
Look at him.
Killian.
Where are my eyes? Oh, it's all right, Killian. I found them. They were where I thought they might be, but I was worried. Who are all you people? Hello, I'm Charles.
He's like hands dripping.
Okay, right
He's
before.
very- Just a sheet and a giant eyeball hat.
So they go, Charles, come with me.
Okay, where are we going?
Grab a wrist. We're going to get you washed up and dressed. Let's go.
I am dressed.
He taps the hat.
Oh boy, yeah. I use my dexterity to maneuver this lump of shame
Lump of shame.
You
through a
wiggle
bunk bed
Charlie.
area, the staff area, basically, and then try and find him some clothes and
Yeah,
things. and
Killian.
maybe a wash
eventually,
basin.
After some
towel
delayed
him in.
time, brings a bag. There are basins, and you are able to. In the
Put him out
quiet,
of my misery by drowning him gently in
walking past the kitchen, you also hear the flurry of activity as you kind of walk through the carriages, and you can smell the smells of cooking and one of the onboard meals being prepared. You think, and in there are several bunks. In the little the staff compartment, and you lay Charles on one once he's been cleaned, kind of wrap him in a blanket, and he's just sitting there, and he's like, bunk bed, bunk bed.
You need to rest for a bit.
You're small.
I am. And you're a oracle. Don't know where I was going with that.
And you're a yes.
Bird.
A bird.
You speak the truth, Erwin.
For the most part.
Are we on a worm below the ground, or did I make that up?
Nope. We are on a worm. Underground. Traveling. We're being paid to be bodyguards and to keep an eye on the passengers. Which we will do. And you will join us when you have recovered from your clearly epic night.
It was entertaining, I think.
For me, yeah.
What I remember. Killian might be able to inform you more. Just so happy to have my mojo back.
Yes.
For Killian to have his back. I was more worried about him, to be fair.
Killian will come to tell us what's going on in time. But Killian's a very private individual.
He is a tight-lipped, stubborn-ass bastard dragonborn. But I bloody love him.
Told you it was a date.
Huh?
Told you it was a date.
What an update.
He's amazing. His prowess and fights and his stubborn fortitude. Amazing.
Yes, he doesn't know when to fall over. It's true.
Oh, Owen. Another wave is coming.
Oh, I find the chamber pot. Make sure it's empty. A clean chamber pot.
He just holds the chamber pot close, blanket wrapped around him. And
I tuck him in. I tuck him in. I'll be
he's
back in a bit. I have to do my job.
pretty safe right now. Is there anything anybody wants to do while we're on the train?
Keeping a deep and detailed eye on the passengers and making sure they don't cause trouble.
Yep.
I would like to ask Killian, you know how you like your cold and stuff? Do like other Dragonborns? So like there's a blue one over
Oh,
there.
how about deja vu?
Did they have like lightning and stuff? Because like when I gave them a pudding person test, like I got like crackles of energy from their stick. Is that because they're blue and they're lightningy stuff? Or is that because they're magic?
Do you look at the individual that Jackson gestures to?
Oh, are we in the carriage with them? Yes, if that's the case.
You can be. I say you can be. And it's not
Yes.
trouble to be there having this discussion quietly over a table.
Yes. I just realised you can see
Quietly.
Quietly, it's Jackson. I know.
I was gonna say, it's Jackson and Killian.
I know, it's like
as quiet as we can be.
stealth incarnate here.
I love having them around. It's like makes me look like a goddamn ninja or a ghost.
It makes you look silent, and these guys like a brass band.
Yeah.
Me and Jax are like the whole Maisie Day parade.
Yeah.
We are the entire parade.
Yeah. So, you glance over at this blue dragonborn.
Yes.
You notice they have a stick with them, and you notice they are a blue dragonborn. You have learned through your study and the kind of work that you had to do as a young dragonborn, which you try not to think about and try to keep your past in the past, because you know that that you that they do tend to have a breath weapon that is based upon their draconic ancestry, which is some blue.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like because I am a
You are one of those.
because I am an ice dragonborn,
Mm.
I am cold.
Well, that's how we played it. Yeah.
Yes. So with it be with this certain dragonborn being a blue dragonborn,
Yes.
will they? You know when like almost like when you get an electric shock off somebody.
Like static.
Yeah. Would they give off that, or is it purely the stick?
It came from the stick, not the blue person, because I was hugging them.
Oh, okay. What kind of stick is it?
It's a hitty stick, but it might be a magic hitty stick.
Hitty stick.
It's not a walking stick. It's like sort of bigger than that.
Like a staff.
Yeah, it's
They're
like
using it, and you've seen them kind of like get up with it and walk to the bathroom with it.
Would I know what kind of stick it is by looking at it?
You can make an arcana check upon it, which you might get better than Mr. Jackson. But without asking them, you might not know.
That's open.
need to plug in.
No worries.
Oh, right. Oh, not to open my dice pack. All right. Jesus. Right. I really do need to cut my nails. They're getting ridiculously long. Probes, is he pushing you off there, mate? I know.
Mhm.
Look at him. Hey.
Okay.
Completely pushing him off. How about an 11?
That's worse than Jackson's roll.
I got 14.
Killian, you look at it and you don't even think it's magic. No, you think it's a pretty hitty stick. That
It's a hitty stick. That's a good hitty stick.
That's a pretty magical hitty stick. I mean, if I had that, that'd be a pretty magical moment. Whack! Oh look, lightning.
Ooh.
Yeah, total surprise.
Okay. So from a distance, I don't know what kind of stick it is.
no, you don't know what that is.
Okay.
During their time while they're sat down, they do pull out a small from inside their cloak. They pull out a needle and thread and like a small tapestry type thing, and they're working away at it.
Oh, like embroidery.
Yeah.
Okay.
Not embroidery. It's like a little diamond shape or like an ovoid with pointed ends. The shape of the thing up there.
Right now, do I recognise?
The jaggy bits inside.
You are?
Are there jaggy bits inside?
Is it a crystal?
No, I was wondering if it was a more.
Yeah.
Oh no, it's not. No, it's a circle disc with spiky ears.
Now, do I recognise this Dragonborn at all?
Come on, not just because you're a Dragonborn, do you know Dragonborns?
No, but because I am a royal Dragonborn, do I recognise this Dragonborn? That's why I'm asking.
No.
Okay.
You don't.
How long did Finn say this trip was going to be?
A week's round trip.
So we could just go and get to know the people.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
if we're going to be keeping an eye on them, and looking out for any shady characters, then
I mean, if there's a mirror, we'll find them. Oh, me.
oh, hello there.
Well, hello.
Well, hello there, you handsome fellow.
So that's what Owen's doing right now. Hey, I look like a deck chair.
Hey.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Temperature is appropriate to get changed back into regular garb if you need, Owen.
No, I kind of got used to it. Also, weirdly, conceals all my weaponry. Kind of cool. Just readjusting it so I can easy fold. So I can just slip in and get get two things.
You notice the lady's needle and thread, and you're like, could do with those stitches.
Yep.
Okay, so can I go and it's not potential type though. I kind of want to see what they're sewing.
Are you going to say hi?
No, because Killian isn't the socialising type.
I like how quiet you got.
Without getting them
I'll go say hello then. It's all good.
Cool. Thank you, Jack.
I like how quiet you got. And I'm going to see.
I love the fact that Killian's the high charisma character in the part.
He doesn't want to speak to anybody.
Oh no! I tell you what.
It's all looks. He looks
if I
great.
look at our screen one more time, I'm going to go absolutely apeshit.
What?
There's a moth keeps going past
Oh.
the camera. It just goes every now and
But
then.
the thing is, it's so tiny, but it just goes across the screen, and I'm like, no.
But because it's next to the camera, it's like.
What
What
this
did
is
he
the
do?
thing. Killian is so antisocial.
Yeah, he is.
He's not always the first person to make a move.
Okay.
So I'm happy being a bull in a china shop. It's all good.
You're going to be the point man.
I'm going to go and sit down opposite them and be like, hello. What are you going to the forest for?
My path doesn't take me directly to the forest. You
Pretty
are?
sure that's where this worm's going.
Sorry, you are?
I'm Jack.
Hello.
I'm here to make sure that we get to where we're going, which is the forest.
Yes.
So unless you're planning on jumping off, which I wouldn't advise because we're underground now, you go into the forest.
I will reach the borders of the forest, yes, but I will take the round road further east.
Okay. So you're a trader or a what are you? A scholar or a tailor?
A tamer, maybe.
A tamer?
Yeah,
What's your tame?
dragons.
Never tried that. There is one wandering around. We heard about it. Is that the one you're going after?
You heard of something?
Yeah, there's a dragon flying around in the forest, in the desert.
There has been word of
I think that was blue too, like you. Out of interest, out of character, I don't remember. I think it was a blue dragon that was flying around the desert.
Yep. There's a lot of blue things going on. There was a blue kobold, a blue dragon, now a blue dragonborn. Today, sponsored by the color blue.
and the letter. What's that?
Balls.
Letter balls.
I don't know.
And the shape yellow.
And the letter 4.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 4.
But you're going after the blue one that's flying around in the desert. Apparently, he's like causing a bit of like mischief.
You seem to know a lot.
We were talking about it back in town.
Who
And
was
there's a dragon training or trade tamer, and there's a dragon. So I'm like, what do dragon tamers do? They go after dragons, and that's the only dragon I've heard about.
That is my quarry.
What you can do when you catch it? I'm interested. Are you like related?
Wow.
To what?
Like blue dragons?
Our lineage is descended from them, yeah.
So like, tieflings and like humans and
The anthropological makeup of our history is quite complex, as you might imagine.
like sort of elves and humans and or orcs and humans. Do you like dragons and what?
Yes.
What's the what?
She pulls out a different tapestry and shows you, and then turns it round, puts it back in.
What was the picture of?
It was graphic.
Oh, gee.
No.
It was. This is going off on YouTube. We can't say.
No. It showed how it was actually.
It showed how what?
It actually
It was for how to. It's Kama Sutra.
the how to for Dragon Kama Sutra. Just how for now. What are the kids show for no, she shows you a picture, and on it is a picture of a dragon, and then there is a picture of a humanoid, and they have their arms spread out to kind of almost match the bones of the wings of the dragon. And she says there is a transformational process that a dragon may undertake to take on the form of a humanoid.
And then they sleep with a human, and then your dragonborn pops out.
That's how we believe it is occurred. It's not always the case, but
Is this fanfic?
Did you just use that in character? You bad boy.
no fanfic lives somewhere near.
Nice. Oh, you know my brother.
Yeah, he's my cousin twice removed.
Yeah, he's the artist.
That is fanfic.
Yeah. Oh, my brain. No.
Um, so is your stick magical stick, or is it just lightningy because you're blue?
You can't ask someone about this.
Why not?
Oh, rude, isn't he?
This is magical, yes.
What does it do? I'm interested. I'm learning all about all kinds of magical stuff. I was at the
Oh, come on.
I really needed like a tab system or something. Gretches in Kakanzak.
Gretchen Taffness.
I did
Tower.
capture the rest of his name. Yeah, in like the big tower things. We were down there, we were having a chat with him.
Yes.
He likes magic stuff. He's making me a weapon or finding me a weapon.
I'm not familiar with the fellow.
He's a goblin.
It doesn't make me any more familiar with him, that information you've added.
But you know, if you go look at he turns out to be a goblin. He's into his magic stuff. He has lots of people making magic things.
Yes.
So what's your magic stick do?
It can do this. She taps it on the floor and then points it, and a vague humanoid form made of lights appears, and then they kind of fall apart and then turn into three like little glowing will-o'-the-wisps, and then they kind of circle around stuff.
Oh,
Right.
like around Charles.
Yes, there's the spell dancing.
Lights that dance.
Like me with being an Xbox controller last time.
Oh, you should have seen Bean in the dark trying to pair an Xbox One controller with the Xbox with it on charge. So there's a charge light flashing. There's the pair light flashing on the controller. There's a pair light flashing on the Xbox. It's like it's like you've just gone that 1990s dreamscape. It was amazing.
Oh, it's horrendous.
Mm.
It hurt my brain.
And she says it can do other things as well.
Okay. So like do people pay you to like tame dragons, or what do you do with them once you've caught them?
We keep them safe from causing harm.
Because like I always thought the dragons were like smart like people were. Because like I used to help train and stuff the walks and things that we used to ride around. They're pretty dumb and they just like running around and killing things and eating things. And you can kind of channel that. But you know, they can't talk to you and things, and dragons can.
Dragons are vary in intelligence, like your wargs. I imagine you found one or two that were cleverer than the others, that could fetch a stick or maybe
But
roll
they
over.
start talking.
Precisely. Talking has many different levels, as we're experiencing in this conversation. And we take them. And each dragon born of the chromatic dragons, we are bound to preserve our lineage.
You kick my sign machine, dog. Don't you dare.
And thusly, we try to keep the dragons from causing harm, such as their wanton nature, and we keep them safe. from prying eyes, from more importantly, from prying swords and spells, and from their own drives. You friends with the Dragonborn?
We never got looking for dragons.
Is he not
Apparently got attacked the Kanzaks, but we weren't there then.
Has he not told you of what they have to do?
Who have to do?
Well, his kingdom is much the same. They must
Hi, mate.
look after the other
Watch where you're doing.
their dragons.
Not I know. I've met Killian's dad, and we met Killian's brother, but we had to kill him. And then Killian chopped his heart out.
I'm so glad I'm not here for this conversation. I really am, because love of Michael's.
But we haven't really talked about dragons.
Sorry,
Yeah,
that was
Like dragon tamers like you then.
there will be a number of them within his household that would be tasked with that, I should imagine. Because they must have a source. They must be able to make more with too much of the dragonborn and dragonborn mating. There would be mutation.
Okay. All right, you've lost me there now. I don't get that.
That's fine. It's not for you to understand.
Well, we've got a couple of days, so you can explain it like slowly. It's fine.
Each dragonborn, or chromatic dragonborn nation must look after its matching dragon type to preserve them from their own wanton abandon for treasure, gold, and general uncomfortable situations that they might create.
And if not, they mutate.
If a dragonborn, too many dragonborn and dragonborn mate, there can be a divergence in the bloodline.
So can you get like dragonborns and dragon people, and I'll point at this tapestry thing, like could you have like a blue dragon and a green dragon born to get like whatever you get if you mix green and blue? Or if you, how about if you do can you do like a blue dragon born and a red dragon and you get a purple dragon born? How about that?
It is not done.
Is that because it can't be done, or just that would be a bit weird?
The second.
Okay.
We try to maintain the purity of our bloodline. And respect each other's in doing so. There have been instances of these, as you speak of, crossovers, and their children seem to fall in either one or the other rather than making a blend.
Or could they be like splotchy, like piebald, like you get horses with the different colour splotch?
I've never bred horses.
Okay, I'm gonna leave them be. Well, I'll keep going back to them.
Just every now and then throughout the week.
Like,
Can you tell me if
every time a new question pops into his head, he has to go find the dragon.
So if you shags your blue dragon, do you get a light blue dragon?
So Literally, it's a turquoise dragon, or a cerulean dragon, or a teal dragon, cyan dragon.
It's a light blue dragon. It's all good.
Yeah.
Still blue.
Orange dragon. No, no, no. Every time you come back with a new colour, you've made up.
Vermilion dragon.
How about can you like do the metal one? So could you like have a gold and a blue?
Ooh, now there's a conversation that probably lead to violence. Let's not do that.
What about like silver and like I don't know. Yeah, like silver and blue. Would it be like a metallic blue?
I'm not talking about this.
How about the gem ones? Because you could get like a sapphire and a blue, because they're both blue.
Not happening. Not happening. That is not here.
You're
Yeah.
so boring.
Gem dragons are not in this game. We
No,
just have
really? Oh, they're the best ones.
chromatic
Boring.
for now.
You want a knick-knack?
No.
Eat a knick-knack.
I'm quite happy to sort of fill the space, but I'm also quite happy for us to arrive at a forest and
Cool. Is anybody else got any pressing questions that they want to know?
I'm only going to be doing the rounds, making sure everyone's comfortable. Act like a bellboy or concierge. I actually put myself at the disposal of the guests. I would bring them drinks, take their, off their shoes, wash their bed linen, whatever needs to be done. I'll make myself indispensable, and thus invisible.
Wow.
Part of the furniture.
Brainwaves. Jesus.
Don't. It just suddenly. I just remembered what I was asking the people in the tavern that had been travelling along the worms. So,
Yay!
where the kitchen is,
Mm-hmm.
can I go in there and ask the kitchen staff if they know what happened on the worm?
To Lenny.
But that thing, because I don't know about Lenny.
You don't know.
You weren't there with that, Lenny.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
So I still don't know what happened. I don't know anything about it. So I'm going to ask the kitchen staff if they know what happened on the worm.
Yeah.
Go into the kitchen. And you can hear the clanking before you get there. You can also hear almost like, as you open the door, almost operatic singing.
It's Papost.
And you kind of pull the sliding door across, and you see like a square box that's kind of like a brassy gold, with little legs sticking out the bottom. And then you see a round ball on the top, and there are a set of arms and little stubby feet that are standing on the top of the other box. But then you can see the bottom box turn round, and that's got arms, and that's getting stuff out of a cupboard, and it's passing it up to the arms that are above, and then they're kind of cooking, clanking, passing things in some concert, and there's almost like an operatic duet going on. One of them.
Okay. I approach this. Do I know what this is?
It's a construct of some sort of mechanism. No doubt from just looking at it, it's not human or humanoid. But it's vaguely. It's got a ball, there's a leg, there's a
Yeah,
arm.
but do I know what it is?
Make a nature check, I guess.
Nature.
Nature. Nature check.
18.
You find it a bit familiar, actually.
Uh-huh.
There's something vaguely like Ilin Marcel's construction about it.
Amazing.
Like Ilin might have been informed by an ancient knowledge that this is made on. Illins were primitive, very automated, very, backwards and forwards, do this, do that job. This thing seems to be fully aware and
It's like Ilin upgraded.
yeah, or the original that he copied. Or something of the original that copied.
Was this like before Ilin? Crazy.
I don't know.
So can I approach? Is it one thing or two? Is it one thing that it's got two parts?
They move independently.
So is it two things?
Yes.
So can I approach them?
Yeah.
And I will explain who I am,
Mm-hmm.
what I am doing on the train, and ask them if they know what happened.
Hello. And the bottom is hello.
Why do I feel like it's the potatoes from like that thing that I used to watch? You know the thing about them.
No.
You don't remember the
No.
potatoes she used to make? Singing jacket potatoes. You don't
No,
remember?
that's passed me by singing Jeremy goes, hello, hello.
No.
Killian Norn, you say?
Yeah.
I'm Yitin of Nolax, says the bull. And I'm Nolax of Yitin.
Okay. How long have you been on the train? The worm.
Just a few weeks.
Okay, do you know what happened on the worm?
When? We know things that have happened recently, yes. In a few weeks, last journey.
Yeah, the last journey it was on, what happened?
Oh, their one was attacked.
By what?
We believe a burrowing creature caught it from underneath, trying to force it surface.
A burrowing creature from underneath.
Several of them are here, all hacking at the same spot, poor thing. You're a good girl, good girl, good girl. Yitin. No, that's.
Killian?
Then furiously shake your hands, each of them.
Okay, so you don't know what it was that attacked the worm?
They said it was a creature made of stones, rocks.
Okay. And is that why the worm had to surface and then go back down and carry on with the journey?
They had no way to defend under the ground. Once they're under the ground, the people can't go outside.
Okay. Okay, thank you.
Outside, if they can get to the wound, they can treat the wound. They can also hopefully see the thing that wants to hurt the worm, because the worm is above the ground, rather than under the ground. Up or down. Eating. No legs.
Killian.
Police Major. Tease up! And they swap sides. The ball pulls its arms into the middle. The box goes on top. Grabs a plate, puts it on the flat surface, and the ball rolls and starts delivering things down the carriage. We're talking like BB-8 style.
Oh yeah, I knew what you meant. Right.
You know, this metal mechanical marvel, driving down the middle of the hall, serving drinks introducing itself to everybody. You did, no Lex. Every time it reaches a new thing.
Even people it's greeted before.
Yeah, every time it meets see someone new, it's, you did, no Lex.
Okay. Oh. Okay.
Is that all you wish to do?
At the minute, yeah, my brain's starting to. I had a hyper time, and now my brain's crashing.
Should we have a quick break, get drinks, and then maybe play for another 45 minutes? Yeah, okay, cool. All right, let's do a drinks a bit.